a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Adha, also called the Festival of Sacrifice, is the second of two Islamic holidays celebrated worldwide each year, and considered the holier of the two. It honors the willingness of Ibrahim to sacrifice his son as an act of obedience to God's command. But, before Abraham could sacrifice his son, God provided a lamb to sacrifice instead. In commemoration of this, an animal is sacrificed and divided into three parts. 1/3 of the share is given to the poor and needy. Another third is given to relatives. In the Islamic lunar calendar, Eid al-Adha falls on the 10th day of al-Hijjah. In the international calendar, the dates vary from year to year, drifting approximately 11 days earlier each year. Etymology. The word Eid means festival, celebration, feast day, or holiday. It comes from the triliteral root ein vav dal, with associated root meanings of to go back, to rescind, to accrue, to be accustomed, habits, to repeat, to be experienced. Appointed time or place, anniversary, feast day. Arthur Jeffrey contests this etymology, and believes the term to have been borrowed into Arabic from Syriac, or less likely Targumic Aramaic. The word adan means sacrificial animal. It comes from the triliteral root adha vav, with associated meanings: daylight, to appear conspicuously, sacrificial animal, to sacrifice. No occurrence of this root with a meaning related to sacrifice occurs in the Quran. In modern Arabic, the verb da'a means to sacrifice, and a da'iyah is a sacrificial offering. The first element in the Persian name Adi Korban is identical to Arabic ID, above. The second is from Arabic kurban, meaning offering, sacrifice. Christians use the term to mean Eucharistic host. In the Islamic Arabic tradition, it is held to derive from the root qaf rabah, with associated meanings of closeness, proximity, to moderate, kinship, to hurry, to seek water sources, scabbard, sheath, small boat, sacrifice. Arthur Jeffrey recognizes the same Semitic root, but believes the sense of the term to have entered Arabic through Aramaic. Turkish Kurban Bayram uses the same first element as the Persian Korban. Bayram means holiday in Turkish, with close cognates in other Turkish languages. Its ultimate etymology is contested. Origin. One of the main trials of Abraham's life was to face the command of God to sacrifice his dearest possession, his son. The son is not named in the Quran, but some Muslims believe it to be Ishmael, whereas it is mentioned as Isaac in the Bible. Upon hearing this command, Abraham prepared to submit to will of God. During this preparation, Shaitan tempted Abraham and his family by trying to dissuade them from carrying out God's commandment, and Abraham drove Satan away by throwing pebbles at him. In commemoration of their rejection of Satan, stones are thrown at symbolic pillars during the stoning of the devil during Hajj rites. When Abraham attempted to cut his son's throat on Mount Arafat, he was astonished to see that his son was unharmed, and instead, he found an animal which was slaughtered. Abraham had passed the test by his willingness to carry out God's command. This story is known as the Akedah in Judaism and originates in the Torah, the first book of Moses. The Quran refers to the Akedah as follows: Abraham had shown that his love for God superseded all others, that he would lay down his own life or the lives of those dearest to him in submission to God's command. Muslims commemorate this ultimate act of sacrifice every year during Eid al-Adha. While Abraham was prepared to make an ultimate sacrifice, God ultimately prevents the sacrifice, additionally signifying that one should never sacrifice a human life, especially not in the name of God. The word Eid appears once in Al-Ma'idah, the 5th surah of the Quran, with the meaning solemn festival. Eid prayers. Devotees offer the Eid al-Adha prayers at the mosque. The Eid al-Adha prayer is performed any time after the sun completely rises up to just before the entering of Zuhr time, on the 10th of al-Hijjah. In the event of a force majeure, the prayer may be delayed to the 11th of al-Hijjah and then to the 12th of al-Hijjah. Eid prayers must be offered in congregation. Participation of women in the prayer congregation varies from community to community. It consists of 2 rakats with 7 takbirs in the first rak'ah and 5 takbirs in the second rak'ah. For Shia Muslims, Salat al-Eid differs from the 5 daily canonical prayers in that no adhan or iqama is pronounced for the 2 Eid prayers. The Salat is then followed by the khutbah, or sermon, by the Imam. At the conclusion of the prayers and sermon, Muslims embrace and exchange greetings with one another, give gifts and visit one another. Many Muslims also take this opportunity to invite their non-Muslim friends, neighbors, co-workers and classmates to their Eid festivities to better acquaint them about Islam and Muslim culture. Traditions and practices. During Eid al-Adha, distributing meat amongst the people, chanting the takbir out loud before the Eid prayers on the first day and after prayers throughout the 3 days of Eid, are considered essential parts of this important Islamic festival. The takbir consists of men, women, and children are expected to dress in their finest clothing to perform Eid prayer in a large congregation in an open waqf field called Hijjah or mosque. Affluent Muslims who can afford it sacrifice their best halal domestic animals as a symbol of Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his only son. The sacrificed animals, known also by the Perso-Arabic term kurbani, have to meet certain age and quality standards or else the animal is considered an unacceptable sacrifice. In Pakistan alone nearly 10 million animals are slaughtered on Eid days costing over $2.0 billion. The meat from the sacrificed animal is preferred to be divided into 3 parts. The family retains 1/3 of the share. Another third is given to relatives, friends, and neighbors. And the remaining third is given to the poor and needy. Muslims wear their new or best clothes. Women cook special sweets, including marmol. They gather with family and friends. Eid al-Adha in the Gregorian calendar. While Eid al-Adha is always on the same day of the Islamic calendar, the date on the Gregorian calendar varies from year to year since the Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar, and the Gregorian calendar is a solar calendar. The lunar calendar is approximately 11 days shorter than the solar calendar. Each year, Eid al-Adha falls on one of about 2 to 4 different Gregorian dates in different parts of the world, because the boundary of crescent visibility is different from the international date line. The following list shows the official dates of Eid al-Adha for Saudi Arabia as announced by the Supreme Judicial Council. Future dates are estimated according to the al-Qura calendar of Saudi Arabia. The al-Qura is just a guide for planning purposes and not the absolute determinant or fixer of dates. Confirmations of actual dates by moon sighting are applied on the 29th day of the lunar month prior to al-Hijjah to announce the specific dates for both Hajj rituals and the subsequent Eid festival. The 3 days after the listed date are also part of the festival. The time before the listed date the pilgrims visit the Mount Arafat and descend from it after sunrise of the listed day. In many countries, the start of any lunar Hijri month varies based on the observation of new moon by local religious authorities, so the exact day of celebration varies by locality. Brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. Would you like to know more?